sound check on the PA system.
That's no sound check.
Hey, cool it, Wayne. Look, we need to play these guys, you know? There's no difference between them and the Jets.
我们可是要跟这些家伙比赛的，你们跟喷气机队的球员没什么差别。
Cool it? Look, just act like you've been here before.
Stephen Curry!
We've never been here before. Hey, Corey!
Hello and welcome, everyone, to Shanghai. I'm Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. We have a very special presentation of the NBA All-Star Global Tour as the NBA Stars play an exhibition match against the Shanghai Bears.
Boy, you can't be anything but in awe of this roster the NBA has put forth. Listen to these names: Curry, LeBron, Harden, Harris. One of the best teams the world has ever seen.
And we hear all the time about super teams in the NBA. Well, this is what a super team looks like.
This should be a fun game for the fans of Chinese basketball, the NBA, and everyone alike. And I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge all the hard work that's been put in to make this exhibition game a reality. Clark, a wonderful event for everyone involved.
It's been a blast for me coming out to China for this tour. I don't know about you guys, but I've loved it. I think everybody can agree it's been a success. And I wouldn't be surprised to see the NBA look to make this a tradition like no other.
James hits the target from 18 feet.
In some ways, this is the glue to LeBron's offense. Unstoppable from mid-range.
Outside Wei. Shing. AI. Antetokounmpo defending. 2 points. That one goes.
Well, on some levels, it seems almost unfair for any team to have to try to compete against this roster of NBA stars. But tell you what, you've got to like what you've seen from this Shanghai side. I mean, they know how to work together, and they've got great chemistry.
Now here's Curry to the inside. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Yep, you know, when you leave somebody open around Harris, he's going to make you pay for it. Good recognition there.
Outside Wei. Pass to AI. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo.
Well, you want to see the epitome of a completely unguardable player? Look up the Greek Freak. I mean, we've seen him take the next step to become a perennial MVP candidate. This guy is special.
And as you said with Giannis, the improvement he's shown is just a hint of where he can be.
You know, and Giannis is someone who has a chance to be a multiple MVP winner. I mean, when it's all said and done, really there's nothing he can't do on the basketball court. And you just get the feeling it's only a matter of time before he is possibly the best player in the NBA.
Now, here's G. Back to AI. And so just over a minute and a half played. That one misses.
You know, when you see Curry out in an exhibition like this, you can't help but think about how he has completely changed the way players think about offense. I mean, kids all over the world are trying to emulate his play style, which is ball handling mastery and shot making extraordinaire.
James right side. Lets it fly. No good off the front iron. Curry, without a doubt, the greatest shooter of all time.
It's hard to argue against Curry at this point. I'd go even further and say he's the most impactful shooter with the way he has revolutionized and really changed the game.
Now here's Curry. Well, fadeaway. No good from LeBron.
Like any exhibition game, I'm a little reserved in my expectations around the effort that either team will put forth. I mean, the NBA stars will probably liken this to competing in the All-Star game, but I certainly hope they don't play like an All-Star game. Let's play some real basketball out here.
Here's Curry. LeBron left side. Again, James missing.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Young, covered by LeBron, back to AI. Doesn't go for him. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. All-Star all-star game effort usually mean relaxed defense, and it should be that way as this isn't meant to be a competitive atmosphere.
Yeah, and that tends to be the case for all-star games and showcase games like this. But I wouldn't be shocked if the game stays close to see both sides kind of ramp it up in terms of intensity and try and get the win.
You know, what can you say about Corey Harris? Incredibly talented and has made an impact for the Lakers since day one. He's one of
Here is Harden. Three-pointer. That shot misses. So Shanghai will take it the other way. And you spoke about Harris. The game comes so easy to him.
Yeah, he just simplifies the game, doesn't he? Everything he does on the floor comes just so effortlessly, and that is something you rarely see from a player so early in his career.
Well, you can't come to China and not talk about the biggest connection the country has with the NBA. And, of course, Clark, that is the great Yao Ming.
And, you know, there have been a number of players that have played here in the Chinese League and the NBA, but Yao Ming, undoubtedly.
And we've reached halftime in this one.
You're only down by 10 at the half. That's good. Keep the pressure.
Hey, don't worry about that. I got plenty of it.
I'll be at the bench.
Yo, man, how you been? I looked for your warm-ups. Just missed you.
Likewise. You know, Coach matched us up this half, and I'm all in.
Okay, I feel you. Hey, how about this? A wager. Our flight's later tomorrow afternoon. You free for dinner? Show me around. Whoever scores the least points buys.
All right, bet. Nothing sweeter than a free meal. I'm about to put on a show.
I'm glad to see nothing's changed.
You ready?
Yeah.
And thank you for joining us on our NBA All-Star Global Tour. It's the second half of our broadcast between the NBA Stars and the Shanghai Bears.
And the NBA Stars did what they do best. But you have to give credit to this Shanghai team now. I mean, they've stayed in it.
And playing in front of their fans has kept the Bears full of energy. You expect the NBA players to turn it on at any point, though.
Another half on the way in what has been a fantastic exhibition so far.
And, you know, of course, Corey Harris was drafted by the Lakers not long ago. I mean, he quickly developed into a star form.
Yeah, the Lakers identified very early on that Harris was a player to build around, and they hit gold with him in that draft. Give credit to the front office for finding their guy and then just going after him.
Davis, defended by Shing. Second chance shot. Antetokounmpo with the ball. Working on AI. Back to Antetokounmpo. And at last, they get one to fall.
That one goes down. But offensively, just 1 of 4 to start the third quarter. Boy, and the fans here tonight have been fantastic. A full house coming out to see a lot of global icons.
And with players like LeBron, Curry, and Harden, they are huge names worldwide. And for many here in China, this is the only chance to see them in person.
On the wing, James. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Curry outside.
Tell you what, shooting 20% to start the second half doesn't bode well for how this will play out for this squad.
Here's Bishop. And he comes up with the deuce. And for AI, he was a player, Greg, who was strong in college, entered the draft, but couldn't find a team to take the risk picking him.
Yeah, and him not getting drafted might have been a case of AI getting misinformation about where he was slated to be picked. He'll have his chance to show what he can do versus NBA talent here tonight. Nice mechanics on the shot. AI cashes in for mid-range.
Back to LeBron. Pass to Harris. The three. Offensive rebound. And to Tacumbo. And the layup's good off the glass.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
Yeah, it's finishing your defense, Greg. We know that. You can defend, then you got to rebound the miss, and you got to get to the glass with intensity.
Greg, a lot of groups came together for this NBA Stars exhibition. It's all about establishing a bigger connection to China.
Yeah, and it's no secret. China loves the NBA, and the NBA makes sure to reciprocate with events like this one. It's a two-way street and really great for the game overall.
And the Bears call time here.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Nothing wrong with that. You got to be flexible. When something isn't working, you adjust, you modify, you go to something else. That's what the best coaches do.
And AI gets it to go.
Well, you look out there, a little bit of a reunion going on the floor. I mean, fans will remember that both Harris and AI played together in college for a season.
The Stars leading. Inside, here's Antetokounmpo, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Tell you what, that's one of the things I love about Harden's game. I mean, he's a dime dropper elite.
Here's Bishop, and again it's Shanghai.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
Harden scanning the floor. Davis over G. Goes back up. A nice shot there by Antetokounmpo.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Perfect execution. That's how you take advantage of a transition opportunity.
Here's Bishop. And the shot is long.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain neutral position. And, you know, the level of play we've seen from Harden guys the last few seasons, absolutely incredible. I mean, arguably should have won the NBA MVP awards multiple times, but he won it last season with another incredible year.
This Bears squad is struggling. Unloads from 13. Again, AI missing. The putback, Cousins on the follow.
Well, you know, one thing I like about Cousins, big fella's got an edge to him, and often it works to his advantage.
And another miss by Shanghai. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Curry on the wing. From downtown, G grabs the board. Each trip down becoming more important.
And you need to string some successful offensive possessions together and play tough D.
Here's Harden. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
You know what? That's just fantastic concentration by Harden, taking the hit and then draining the shot.
He's got his 4th free throw of the game. Pass to AI. 4 seconds left. The Bears with another miss.
Yeah, really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those days. Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug. Sometimes.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. It's the Stars opening up a huge gap and will return shortly. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. It's rebounded by the Stars. Well, Paul George, a great all-around player. Greg, one of the most sought-after players recently, and it's easy to see why with his play.
Yeah, George is one of the best two-way players in the game. And last season, we saw what he could do with his incredible defensive play all season long. Very few in the league can change the game like George can.
Back to Porzingis. 5 on the clock. Puts it up from 12, and that one is good.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Stars now. Porzingis with the steal. Well, a chance to see Porzingis here, recovered from his injury, and we can only hope that he's at full strength from here on out.
Yeah, playing in a game like this, getting some light reps in, I think that's a good step. You just want him to be on the court as much as possible for the NBA season, as he is one of the most exciting players in our league.
Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
Yeah, that's outstanding. Tremendous vision on the part of Lillard, just trying to lead this team.
AI left side. And Karl Anthony Towns pulls it down.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
And one thing with Harris, he has shown great leadership skills, guys, since joining the league. Clark, you've said that before.
Well, you know, he was a leader in college, and we saw him immediately step into that same role with the Lakers. Very few players are wired for that, but I think Harris is one of them.
And another miss by Shanghai.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they've played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
Timeout called the Bears.
Yeah, and his shot selection, iffy at best tonight. A lot of forced, contested shots this game. He'll be lucky if he just gets...
And so here are the stars.
And, you know, it's a great treat to see LeBron James here in this exhibition. I mean, he's one of the biggest stars to ever play and going stronger than ever at this late stage in his career. Right now, it's hard to argue that he isn't the face of basketball. And I think these are the shots he's got to avoid taking. I mean, already struggling. He's not helping his team right now looking at those shots.
James outside. Harris, he's guarded by you. Lillard outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Yeah, you know, Lillard is so quick and shifty, just impossible to slow him down on the offensive end.
And Lillard just has that knack for taking over a game with his offense. When he is locked in, he is second to none in his ability to score from inside and beyond.
As you said, LeBron James, a star among stars here in this exhibition.
Yeah, and LeBron is one of the most famous athletes in the world, and it is great. He would be willing to come on a tour like this. Says a lot about his commitment to growing the NBA. And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I mean, not a lot of effort put forth on defense there. I mean, I think he's definitely got to play up on him more and off the screen in that situation.
Pass to AI. Not enough on that one as it misses. Well, he's one of the bright stars in the league, Greg. Towns could be a great player for a long time.
You know, and Towns has always played like a veteran, even though he hadn't been in the NBA that long. You combine that with his diverse skill set on offense, and you can see why he is becoming feared.
Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so one free throw coming up.
And how much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator?
As long as required, Greg. I mean, you can tell they want to put this thing to bed.
And it's so good, Clark, to see DeMarcus Cousins out on the floor after his Achilles injury and healthy.
You know, coming back from an Achilles tear is no easy task, fellas. I mean, Cousins is one of the more colorful and talented figures in basketball and one of the most impactful big men in the NBA when he's at full strength.
On the high post, he drills it. And so here are the Stars. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Pass to Cousins. Makes it off the glass.
I think this is the look you want. High percentage, Cousins putting himself in a position to be successful.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. AI outside. The shot will not fall. Guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
Outside, out of Kumbo. Well, it seemed inevitable that the NBA stars handle their business, and they didn't disappoint as they come out on top over Shanghai.
Credit to the Shanghai team, guys, for making this closer than many would have thought. But when you go up against the best of the best, there's not a lot you can do, even in an exhibition game.
There's just no way possible to slow down a roster like LeBron, Curry, and the others being unguardable. I don't think there's another.
You really did your thing tonight.
Yeah.
Good job. Yo, Corey.
I gotta admit, we didn't expect it, but you guys got a lot of real talent on this team across the board.
Hey, I told you I was gonna put on a show, huh?
Hey, Shanghai's a real good spot for you to land, man. The details, I was almost there. It's close.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. It's just encouragement. I didn't mean it.
Man, I played my guts out there tonight, man. I earned. Man, I knew that you would do this. Every single time. It's like you can't even let me have one, can you? You can. Hey, Zane, come.
Listen. Okay, you got me. Okay, fair enough.
Zane.
No one likes to be shown up.
退后，我们稍后在记者会时回答各位的问题。退后好吗？谢谢。
It's your time. Hey, you need me to stick around, handle some of these guys for you? I'll give you your due.
All right, cool. Let's do it. Zane, this is Corey.
What's up, man?
You know, hey, let them know we'll take some questions together. Zane will make sure you don't make a fool of yourself.
Must pay well.
Not enough.
Okay, let's get started, huh?
现在看分问题。
What's the first question?
Hey. What area is that?
Yeah, not sure to tell you the truth.
That building. It's the what's it called? I'm forgetting. It's
Man, I really don't know. You know, I never checked it out.
Hey, have you?
Boom.
No way. It's a classic 2K.
Yup.
Can't believe they still have
Yeah,
this.
man, it's the only one in town. Yo, you remember we used to play your brother's copy in the dorm? Because everyone was too cheap to buy the new console.
How could I forget? I remember back then that was the one game I let you win on.
Oh, see, I know what you're trying to.
From Boston, 2K Sports presents the NBA. Tonight, it's the Houston Rockets and the Boston Celtics. Good evening, everyone. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. And Clark, tonight's game featuring two of the best defensive teams in the league.
Exactly, Kevin. The Rockets with length on the wings and the Great Wall. Yao Ming guarding the rim. They get it done defensively.
But the story of the season has been the new Big Three here in Boston. And with the big ticket, Kevin Garnett patrolling the middle, their defense has improved dramatically.
Star talent, great coaching on both sides, GA. Should be fun to watch.
An uneven start to this season for the Rockets. So far, a losing record. They have struggled to live up to expectations.
And the starting lineups for the Rockets, Bobby Jackson and Tracy McGrady in the backcourt, Shane Battier and Luis Scola, the forwards, and the big man in the middle, Yao Ming. And the Celtics, second-year guard Rajon Rondo at the point alongside Ray Allen. Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett at the forwards. And Leon Powe will hold down the center. You know, Clark, last season, the Rockets arguably one of the 5 best teams in the NBA, but they didn't make it out of the first round.
Yeah, they came close, Kevin. A tough defeat in Game 7 by the Jazz. The Rockets haven't made it out of the first round in over a decade, though. That's a pretty long drought.
It is indeed.
And well, for the Rockets, 2 superstar talents in Tracy McGrady and Yao Ming. When healthy, they've shown they can play with anybody.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Boy, I like seeing the ball get to that spot. It doesn't get much better than that.
Here's Rondo. The Rockets making the shot. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
You got to close up any lane to the rim. If you don't, Rondo is merciless in exploiting it.
McGrady sinks that one from the post. McGrady's got his second basket of the night.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting called, and for good reason.
Well, you know, Greg, they can count on him to get buckets. I mean, he's getting the ball because he's very efficient when he has it.
Here's Rondo. Garnett in the post, working on Hayes. And Garnett gets it to go on the assist by Rondo.
Garnett very comfortable close to the basket now. He's efficient as a low block scorer.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
We've got 13 seconds left to play in the first quarter. To the middle. The second effort, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Shane Battier.
And Garnett, a vocal leader, always trying to psych his guys up and get into the head of the opponent.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Great touch from the line. Always important for bigger guys to be able to come through at the strike.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Celtics lead by 4. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
Man, what a big turnaround for the Celtics defensively. Is it as simple as adding Kevin Garnett, or is there more to it?
Rondo, the head of the snake, coming into his own. Vets like Tony Allen and Kendrick Perkins, also difference makers defensively.
Rajon Rondo is out there with Allen. Then there's Leon Powe. Then there's James Posey. And it's Garnett in at the 4. That's the Boston 5. Allen's checked in for Allen. And a switch here also for Houston. Heads checked in. Here's Allen. Second shot opportunity. And it's good on the way in. Poe's got the lead up to 7 now for Boston.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
You know, a 2-game homestand here for the Celtics, coming off a road trip where they won all 4, bookending the trip with big wins in Sacramento and L.A.
And the Lakers, a great team in their own right. The Celtics beat them by 19 points, and they're just in a heck of a groove.
McGrady kicks to head. Back to McGrady. Takes a 3. Here's Mutombo. And the layup's good off the glass. Mutombo's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Can't allow Mutombo to get this deep. I mean, once you do, he's going to score it with ease.
Boston leading by 7.
And 2 for 1. That's what they'd like to get right now.
That would be ideal, and that's exactly what they'll try to do. They don't need to rush it, just need to get a quality shot, and quickly.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Brownie's checked in for Poe. And it's Pierce in for Kevin Garnett. The Rockets also changing it up. Yao comes in for Mutombo. And Carl Landry has subbed in for Chuck Hayes.
And what a difference a year makes. This time last season, the Celtics had just a 10-19 record, bottom 4 in the East. This season, 26-3. Best in the league.
For Boston, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And there's no denying that Rondo is a wizard with the ball, exceptional at exploiting holes in the defense.
The Rockets making a switch here. Brooks checked in, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tracy McGrady. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. The Celtics have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
And Paul Pierce, so efficient at the offensive end. They call him the truth because he's known for making big shots at big times.
It'll go. The Boston lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Yao. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by McGrady. And the first half is now in the books. It's the... And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Rajon Rondo with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, and sometimes you find yourself in a role you're not comfortable with, but his passing in the first half really was impressive.
Yeah, and you know, he accumulated a lot of assists. And I liked how unselfish he was, Greg.
And just amazing to see the turnaround here in Boston with the big 3. A franchise with a tremendous history. How about a league-leading 16 championships? This roster might have a chance to deliver even more hardware.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. And so in the game for the Rockets. They've got Shane Battier. He's out there with Yao. Then it's Tracy McGrady, and it's Jackson in at the point. And coming off a 2-year playoff drought, the Celtics trades this summer, transformative, Clark, to say the least.
Yeah, you got that right, partner. I mean, all of a sudden, a team now with 3 potential Hall of Famers. That makes them a legit contender.
That's a lot of star power on one team, isn't it?
Yeah, and it usually takes multiple all-star caliber players to contend for championships.
And the Rockets coming off a 17-point loss on their home floor to the We Believe Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, Kevin, the Warriors outshot them and outboarded them. And the Rockets will have to do a ton better tonight if they want to get a W.
And that's a foul called on Chuck Hayes. That is his first foul of the game. And 1:01 left in the third. It's stolen by Mutombo. The shot from the low post is good. Mutombo's got 6 points. The Celtics with the lead. Down low. And Garnett gets it to go on the assist by Rondo. Rondo's got 4 assists now tonight.
Yeah, and Rondo just working the ball around there. He loves finding his teammates when they're open in the sweet spots.
And Clark, you look at the Rockets, obviously McGrady and Yao Ming are the focal points, but do they have enough around them to contend for an NBA title?
You know what, Kevin? I think they're deep enough. You know, they've got smart veteran role players, intriguing young ballers, but Yao and T-Mac have certainly got to lead the way.
Here's the pass to Perkins. Rockets with the rebound. Outside Jackson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, I tell you what, Bobby Jackson gives his team a really nice spark, Kevin. He's a bona fide scorer who can knock it down from anywhere and plays with such energy. It's infectious and contagious.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Boston shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. They throw good, Paul Pierce. And both free throws good for Paul Pierce.
And he's got such a smooth stroke, and it never changes, even in this kind of a high-pressure situation.
And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
He just threw that possession away. Hopefully he learns from that and doesn't make the same mistake again.
The third quarter comes to a close. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Here's Cassell, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tracy McGrady. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Adelman taking over as head coach for the Rockets this season. Before this, 8 years in Sacramento, had a great team there as well. And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
We've got Brown, Allen out there with Cassell. And it's Pierce, and it's Posey in at the small forward. That's the Boston Five.
Pretty early to be over the limit. That foul situation is something we want to keep an eye on.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
A lot of times when they needed some easy points in this game, they've been able to get to the foul line and get them.
Another thing they've done tonight is work the ball into the paint for plenty of those close-range points. You got to have those. The free throws go down and the lead goes up.
Here's Battier. Posey with the rebound. And Shane Battier. Gets the whistle that time. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot two.
You know, Posey, one of the few guys in NBA history to have played more than 82 games in a regular season. He actually played 83 one year after getting traded mid-season.
And this is Doc Rivers' fourth season coaching the Boston Celtics. Clark overall, 13 years as a player. He was an all-star. Now 8 years as a coach in the league.
Well, I know my math numbers. That adds up to well over 2 decades in the league. He's an experienced hand to guide this veteran group.
Allen shot is off.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Brooks. Rejected by Pierce. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Pierce. The Celtics making a switch here. Bo is checked in. 1:12 left in the game. A shot by McGrady, no good. Think burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tracy McGrady. That will get him his fourth foul of the game. And due to the bonus, we will head to the line for two. And some changes here for the Celtics. Garnett comes in for James Posey. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Cassell. Houston also making some changes. Hayes is checked in for Landry. And it's Jackson in for Aaron Brooks. Timeout called the Rockets. They're trailing by 11. 1:04 left in the fourth quarter. On the wing, Jackson. McGrady kicks to Hayes. Pass to McGrady. Houston moving the ball around. Here's Yao. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Yao Ming's a handful when he's this deep. I mean, virtually impossible to guard. You can't let him get this kind of position. Easier said than done, though.
And the Celtics making a change here. Perkins is checked in.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
And the basket by Yao.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Rondo kicks to Allen. Shot from the wing. Misses off the left iron.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. .24 left in the fourth. And so they choose to intentionally foul. Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in. Time working against them here.
It sure is, and with such short time, it'll be really hard for them to catch up.
It's stolen by McGrady. Here's Hayes. Here's Yao. Goes back up. Good!
And Ming is mammoth in terms of his size, exceptional at using it to snare those offensive rebounds.
They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
And he ends up making the second, and that puts them up by 5. Now a timeout called by Houston. They trail by 5. 7 seconds left to play here in the fourth. 7 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Battier. No good from 18. And so it's the Boston Celtics, Clark, defending their home court.
And in the process, extending their win streak. Still just 3 losses on the season.
Hard enough to beat them.
I didn't like my ears, so I chopped him up. I didn't like my nose, so I chopped it up. I didn't like my hair, so I chopped it up. I never liked my body, so I chopped it up. Come on. All right. I didn't like my head, so I chopped it up. I didn't like my legs, so I chopped him up. One finger at a time, I chopped him up. I didn't like my tummy, so I chopped it up. Hands off my body.
Next week, we're kicking off Winter Madness. Multiple events every day.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey folks, I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the
Hands off my body.
Welcome and happy how it's ended up.
Hey there, Kevin. Well, we all.
You know what? That humble approach goes a long way.